So, let's talk about kicking it old school. Payday the Heist had only 12 weapons, but luckily all of them appear in Payday 2. So with that in mind, I got curious as to how well an old school build could work in the modern game. And given the name of the series, you can probably guess how many builds I actually made. Now to make this a little interesting, I have given myself the caveat of not being able to use silencer skills because there was only like 2 guns in the original that took them. But aside from that, things like melee skills and such, I'm still going to allow myself because they were reload speed buffs and such available through the upgrade trees in the original. So with that out of the way, let's go meet the team. This first build's core skills are Aced Shotgun, Impact, CQB, Close By, and Overkill, along with Aced Die Hard and Basic Shock and Awe, Bullseye, and Iron Man. I'm picking up all the drill skills of Aced Duck and Cover, Aced One-Handed Talent and Desperado, Aced 9 Lives, and I've got my little melee widget. Again, I wouldn't call this cheating because 1, it helps given my weapon situation, and 2, hey, shut up. My primary is the Rheinfeld shotgun. In the Heist, this was just known as the Rhinebeck, and it was one of 2 shotguns in the game, but since then it's been given a name that's mostly about nothing and has some new tricks up its sleeve. I still prefer the Raven, Yzma, or even the Brothers Grimm to be perfectly honest, but this was the one and only primary shotgun in the original, and it still holds up alright today. Triple Aught Buck, Shark Teeth Nozzle, the Zombie Hunter Pump, LED Combo, Pro Grip Extended Tube, a sight of your choice, preferably a low zoom one, the government issued tactical stock, and the shell rack, and we're good to go. No, I don't know why there's so many unique mods for this thing, and I don't know how the shell rack works. Based on my skills, you'd probably expect my secondary to be a pistol, but you're right. The Bronco is one of them guns what does the bullets good and such, and with this bad boy I've gone ahead and given it the flash hider, the stability boost, the scope mount aero grip, a sight of your choice, the aggressor barrel, and the slimline body. It should be clear here that I'm modding these guns to work well in a modern build. I'm not emulating the stylings of the classic weapons. I could have done that, yeah, I could have just given this the overcompensating barrel and called it a day, but that's not good eats. What did I just say? I'm running any powerful 450 charge damage melee, an incendiary throwable, a dock bag, light ballistic vest, and crook. This is another arbitrary limitation from the Heist I've slapped onto these builds for the sake of a challenge. I'm not using a regen deck for any of these builds and instead went with the light ballistic vest because to my knowledge you actually had one of those in the Heist or at the very least had a decent armor rating without cutting into your movement speed. So this feels like the fairest balance of how that game worked. So how does this build work? Well, it's a shotgun build, and an alright one at that. The Rheinfeld is good at crowd control, and the Bronco makes for picking off distant targets well, but I wouldn't call this a great use of your time. The Raven's a more powerful primary with a larger tube, and for just 3 shells less you could run the Breaker, which does double the damage. That said, you can make most every shotgun work with the right collection of skills. Insert grim shotgun joke. Another thing I need to point out is my perk deck limitation kind of killed me here. I lack any form of health regen, so I more or less had to play extra careful after getting revived, which didn't work well when playing Panic Room and surrounded by enemies. Could you say this is my fault for placing this restriction myself, or for not bringing the ICTV in that case? Yes. In all seriousness, if you run, I don't know, off the top of my head, Stoic, Grinder, or Ex-Presidents, or Anarchist, you could have a really great, or at least passable build here. And if you swap out the guns for more powerful ones, like the Parabellum and the Raven, then you pretty much have the shotgun build everyone brings to Death Wish anyways. So this is just using Payday the Heist weapons instead. With some other weird perk deck mumbo-jumbo. Oops. This second build is a little different, even for the standards of this channel. My core skills are Aced Combat Adapter and Uppers, yeah, both. Aced Inspire, I'm acing high value target and aggressive reload. I've grabbed Jack of all trades, obviously. I've aced Lock and Load, Basic Surefire, aced Body Expertise, and 9 Lives and Swan Song. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'll talk about most of it, don't fret, just like chill. My primary is the M308, the OG OD Death Machine. While the Gallant, Little Friend, and Contractor, which is basically a DMR with AP rounds, all exist and blow this thing out of the water, the M308 refuses to go gentle into that good night, and I gotta commend it. It still holds up today, despite not having any cool gimmicks, or awesome reload sounds. I've gone ahead and given this thing a competitor's compensator, a stability boost. I don't have an auto or single fire lock, don't add one, period, this is the important part. A scope mount, LED combo, any sight, and the Jaeger body. 100 accuracy and stability, and I can switch between auto and single fire to take advantage of aggressive reload, body expertise, etc. Why use the M308 for body shots? Well, I won't for the most part, but I am giving it the option for the sake of using the Mark 10, 11 SMG for my secondary. which I've modded with a funnel of fun, an accuracy boost, a full auto lock, railed handguard, LED combo, speed pull mag, low zoom optical, and the skeletal stock. There's no way I'm going to want to shoot this thing single fire, so I'm going to lock this to auto, and this will be my primary automatic bullet blaster, shredding through enemies and crowds at point blank as I rush from cover to cover, objective to objective. When the going gets tough, I can switch off to my M308 and take either careful shots at bullet-lacking skulls, or I can go full ham and spray a rally of rounds into dozers, crowds, or anyone who needs them. My melee and grenade or whatever, but my perk deck is rogue. My armor naturally the suit, and as for my equipment, I'd say bring primary first aid kits and secondary doctor bag. Unless absolutely nobody has a doc bag, then swap them. So there I go. I've solved my usual rogue problem. Being able to switch off between two sets of single or auto fire skills like this with the M308 creates for some interesting play, and it makes sure that no matter what, I'm still getting a reload speed increase of some kind. This build works really well, all things considered, but I didn't get to play terribly much, and again, the M308, we kind of knew that one was going to happen. It was going to be good on Death Wish. Go figure. It's a great gun. It still is. So there you go, 2 different builds inspired by Payday the Heist, just in case you want to go back to your roots. And this is without mentioning the AK rifle, the GL40, the Strike, the AM Car 4, the Compact 5. Point is, even if Payday the Heist only had 12 weapons, more or less, they all hold up today. So I implore you to check out your options, and Party Wickets 2011. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Until next time, see you around.
But weapon skins didn't exist in the Heist.
Hey, you know what's cool? Staying in your own lane. Be quiet. I like my shiny guns. I don't got one for the MAC-10 because, oh boy, it's expensive. Hey, thank you for watching and thank you for being patient. This video was supposed to go out Thursday, but it's coming out Friday. I had a bunch of audio problems and I had to swap out the hard drive of my laptop. It was just getting too full and I bought a new one. And a whole bunch of other problems plagued this video, so thank you for being patient. Next video is Monday, I promise. See you around.